Hi, fourth grade friends, it's Mrs. Hoyer. In today's math lesson, we are going to review the strategies that we have developed for multiplying two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. We are going to solve the problem 47 times 32. In order to be successful in today's lesson, you're going to need a couple of things. The first thing that you're going to need is some paper to write on, and the second thing you're going to need is something to write with. You also want to have access to your device's play and pause button. There may be times throughout the video that you want to pause the video so that you can give yourself some time to think or respond to questions that I may ask. And then, of course, when you feel ready, you can resume the video by hitting play. If you need to go and retrieve these items, this would be a good time for you to practice pausing the video and resuming it by hitting play when you have returned. The strategies in the classroom that we enjoyed most were partial products, area model, and standard algorithm. So I'm going to review those three strategies with you today. The first one that I'd like to review with you is partial products. The first thing that we need to do when solving 47 times 32 using partial products is to write 47 and 32 in expanded form. 47 in expanded form is 40 plus 7, and 32 in expanded form is 30 plus 2. The next thing that we need to do is multiply each one of these numbers by each other, okay? The best way that we like to do that was to actually record them all down so that we didn't forget any. We're going to multiply 40 times 30 and 40 times 2. And then we will multiply 7 times 30 and 7 times 2. Our next step is to now solve each of these to find the partial products. 40 times 30. What I like to do is I like to look for that basic fact, 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. And I need to make sure to add on those two zeros to reflect the multiples of 10 that I am multiplying by. So 40 times 30 is 1,200. Next, 40 times 2. I can also think about that as 40 plus 40. And I know that that is 80. Notice as I line up my partial products, I'm lining them up by place value to make it easier when at the end when I have to add them all together. Next, I'm going to multiply 7 times 30. I'm looking at the basic fact, 7 times 3, and I know that that is 21. And again, I need to add that 0 on at the end to reflect the fact that I am multiplying by a multiple of 10. So 7 times 30 is 210. And finally, 7 times 2, one of those basic facts that we know by heart, is 14. Finally, the last step in partial products is to add all the partial products together so that I can get one final product or answer to 47 times 32. 0, 0, 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 8 plus 1 plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is plus 2 more is 5. And 1 plus 0 is 0, which brings our product to 1,504. The next strategy that we enjoyed using in the classroom was an area model. Okay, similarly to partial products, we will need to record 47 and 32 in expanded form. It is called an area model because you represent it in a sort of rectangular model. Okay, and we record 47 across the top and 32 across the side. We learned that it doesn't matter the order in which you multiply numbers, you will still arrive at the same product. So you could have listed 32 across the top and 47 along the side. Either way, you will arrive at the same product. Okay, and here's where I'm going to represent this in expanded form. 40 will represent this large area here, and 7 in this small area here. Along the side, 30 will be represented in this large area, and 2 will be represented in this area here. Okay, and then we multiply them all together. So 30 times 40, I know that that's 1,200. 30 times 7, 210. 40 times 2 is 80. And 2 times 7 is 14. The last and final step in an area model is to add all of these partial products together. And I know that when I add all of these products together, I should arrive at the same product I got over here when I solved it using partial products. And indeed I do, 1,504. The last and final strategy that we enjoyed using in the classroom was the standard algorithm. So I am going to rewrite our problem here and solve it using the standard algorithm. I begin here in the ones place and my number that is located on the bottom, or sort of sitting on top of our table here. And I will multiply the 2 times each of the digits that are in the number 47. 2 times 7 is 14. Now, I am going to carry the 1 into the tens place, and I need to add that on to whatever I get for 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is, or 2 times 4, I'm sorry, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Okay, I add that on. Now I am moving on to the digit 3 in the number 32. I will multiply the digit 3 by each of the digits in the number 47 as well. I need to include a placeholder, so I am going to put a 0 in the ones place so that I can line up with my digit 3. This digit 3 has a value of 30, and this 0 helps me reflect that. So now I'm going to multiply the digit 3 times the digit 7. 3 times 7 is 21. I'm going to carry the 2, place it on top of the 4 into the tens place, and then I will multiply 3 times 4, and I get 12, and I will add 2 to get 14. The last and final step in the standard algorithm is to add these two numbers together. 4 plus 0 is 4, 9 plus 1 is 10, carry the 1, 1 plus 4 is 5, and 1 plus 0 is 0. And I arrive at 1,504.